Nutrition. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kate, and today we're going to be showing you a Christmas treat, gingerbread muffins.
These are delicious. So if you want a slightly healthier version of your gingerbread cookie, this is a really good way to go. Don't expect these to be nice and fluffy and light, they're quite dense.
They mimic a bit of gingerbread in their denseness as well.
Alright, so let's start. Kate's going to be my stirrer.
I'm the assistant.
Alright, so we start off with some wholemeal flour. You can exchange this for a spelt or a buckwheat, or if you wanted, you could even try coconut flour, although it's quite a premium price, pretty expensive.
It is, yeah. So you'd only do that if you have a version to gluten.
Exactly, okay. But that is a good alternative. So we just pop that in. We're also going to add our Natvia.
About 3/4 of a cup.
Now with this one, we're actually using the baking Natvia.
It's like smoke and mirrors.
So the baking version is a finer grade of Natvia, so it actually makes cooking with a little bit easier. It's not as coarse. If you're using the canister Natvia that we have in your teas and coffees, it's a little bit grainier. So this is good for baking. So this is what we're using.
Now with this, we actually don't need to dissolve the Natvia before, because it's going into the oven. It will dissolve just in the cooking time. So it's really easy. This is a one-pot dish, which is what we like because we don't like a lot of cleaning up.
No. So if you were being, particular, you could put your wet ingredients separately into your dry ingredients. We don't cook that way, so it's all going to go into one container. So this is baking soda. You can use baking powder. It just doesn't have the rising agent.
You've got about a teaspoon of that.
Teaspoon. We've got ginger, ground ginger. Now ginger is amazing. It has some fantastic health benefits. Really good for anti-nausea, really great for digestion. In fact, back in the day, what they used to do was use the ginger root for hiding the taste of medicines. So it's actually really pungent, but in a really yummy way.
So if you've got any boat trips over Christmas, take your ginger with you.
Yeah.
You get seasick boats. Cinnamon,
so
superfood.
Superfood. It's an insulin mimicker. So this is really fantastic. Sprinkle cinnamon on everything that you use. It actually helps convert the sugar that you have in your body into appropriate storage places instead of storing it as fat. So cinnamon is a superfood in my eyes.
Oh, that smells good.
Yeah,
it smells like
really
Christmas.
Good. Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we're going to put in our wet ingredients. So we're going to use some unsweetened applesauce. So this is really good as an addition to, your butters and your oils. It just gives that nice moist texture that you want.
Now without the fat.
Without the fat. So we're just going to do this a little bit by feel, because this is how we cook. Yeah. So it's about a cup of almond milk. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Just pour it in until you get the right consistency. A lot of people do get really wedded to a recipe, think they have to put everything in exactly. It's not the case. As long as your mixture's all combined nicely, is wet, then do you know what? It's probably going to work.
Yeah. And look, I can already tell that that's not going to be wet enough.
That's not enough at all. Chuck some more in. Almond milk, was the first time I tried it, I think, yesterday, and it was amazing.
Yeah, so almond milk is another nice addition if you're lactose intolerant, you can't use normal cow's milk, that sort of thing. This is very high in protein. Obviously, it's just a derivative of almonds. That's how it's made.
And do they make it, is it just, they just
crush it and
all the
squeeze
almonds?
all of the milk out of the almonds.
And the same with like a brown rice milk, is that the same thing? They cook the rice and then it gets squeezed.
Extract it.
Yeah.
So same sort of thing. You could use rice milk, you could use almond milk. If you're not afraid of using full fat, you go for it. This is our healthy version of, but again, just exchange, certain ingredients for other ingredients.
And
our saviour is the sugar-free maple syrup. This is fantastic. So this is a replacement for your honey, your molasses. What else would you? Anything that's kind of going to help bind and add that. That
put it
in
flavor. Your oats in the morning. Oats and berries, and it actually tastes like you're eating pancakes for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really yummy.
And I think there is the perception that it is, full of chemicals. It's not the most natural of things, but it still doesn't give you your sugar spikes.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want something that's completely natural, you know, you could leave the maple syrup out altogether and just stick with Natvia, which is your 100% natural sweetener, and you don't have to worry about anything artificial in that.
How's my mixing? I'm doing really, you know,
good job, Kate.
ladylike and daintily.
Get in there. So
Exactly.
you see that the mix is
That
quite
smells really good.
stodgy.
Yeah, it is stodgy.
Yeah.
And we're not using eggs, is that right? So
No
it's
eggs.
totally dairy free.
It's totally dairy free. So actually, I think that's quite good. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I like that. I'm happy
Yeah.
with that. I think that should
Yeah.
work quite well. So now we'll grab our muffin tin, which we've got here. A nice non-stick muffin tin is a necessity. As we found out, we've used cheaper versions, we've used all sorts of things, and
You
your
need the
muffins,
non-stick.
they won't come out even if you spray them. So get a really good quality muffin tin. It'll last and it'll be worth it.
Yeah. So we should have mentioned before, we want you to preheat your oven to 180 degrees. If you're using fan forced oven, just put it on 160. Look, oven temperatures really vary, so you're just gonna have to play around with it a little bit. We usually put these in for about 15 to 20 minutes, but just keep an eye on them.
Exactly.
You'll start to know when they're cooked when you start to have that lovely aroma. flowing
Exactly,
through.
and a little bit of golden touch on top as well. I am still going to just give this a really light spray with olive oil spray, just to make sure they do come out. Because otherwise we won't get any muffins, and I would be pretty upset about that.
Yeah. So,
do you want a smaller spoon? I'll grab you a smaller spoon.
yeah, let's do that, because what we're going to do is we're just going to pop them in here. So just like your normal muffin minis.
Look, there's no great scientific method to this, and it's up to you how big you make them. You can make really mini muffins. I like mine pretty robust.
we
don't
like
like to feel
big
chipped.
muffins. But bear in mind too, like I said before, these are not moist and light. They're quite dense and fudgy.
Yeah.
So they will be a lot more
They'd
filling.
be really good with
Yeah.
a cup of tea,
Cup of
Christmas
tea,
Eve.
yeah. Yeah, we've discovered almond tea recently.
Yeah.
And this
This would
would
be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Almond tea with your almond milk.
Oh,
Amazing.
nice.
Alright, so
Okay.
you do the full 12, pop
Yeah.
them into the oven for about 15 or so, 15 to 20
say
minutes.
start with 15 minutes, see how you go, keep an eye on
Yeah.
them. And we will pop these in and see when they're done.
And just into the oven. And we wait. And our muffins should be ready now. Delicately take them out the oven.
But these are some that we've prepared earlier. So we're being a little clever here.
And you can see they're done in patty pans, so you do have the option of doing them in patty pans if you wanted to, you know, protect them from dirty fingers.
Yeah, they're
Or-
great to put in the kids' lunch
Exactly.
boxes. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Or the non-patty pan
If you
muffin.
wanted to be festive and you just wanted to put them in colourful little cupcake
Yeah,
holders.
they look
they'd
great,
be
on the Christmas table, Christmas
Yeah.
treats. Yeah.
I can see these being devoured Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're light, they're not going to, you know, make you feel overly full for Christmas lunch the next day. So,
Yeah.
excellent. Delicious.
Our gingerbread muffins.